Okey, selamat pagi tuan-tuan puan-puan. Hari ini kita Pusat Mawar Hemodialisis bersama dengan Tabung Kasih mengadakan press conference ini. Bersama kita adalah Dr. Zakro, Wakil Tabung Kasih, Wakil anak kepada Pakcik Asmir, dan Ranjit, Dr. Ranjit, pakar berbertahan, dan Connie, kita punya COO. Okey. Jadi hari ini visi perkenaan Pakcik Asmir yang duduk di Tesaru, umur dia 60 tahun. Kes dia macam ni. Semasa this Tuesday, semasa kita menerima layuan ataupun permohonan bantuan daripada GP bahawa Pakcik Asmir memerlukan rawatan hospital. Keadaannya semakin teruk dan GP memohon bantuan daripada Pusat Mawar sama ada boleh terima beliau tak. Serta-merta Mawar Medical Center telah mengadakan beberapa perbincangan, termasuk perbincangan dengan Dr. Zakro, wakil daripada Tabung Kasih, dan juga bersama dengan keluarganya. Kita mendapati bahawa kebimbangan keluarganya, nombor satu adalah fobia dengan hospital. Pengalamannya di hospitalnya menyebabkan fobia, takutlah masuk hospital. Yang kedua adalah masalah wang. Mawar Medical Center sebagai satu hospital community dan juga mempunyai perkhidmatan yang lengkap, kita boleh dan kita sudah decided mengambil keputusan, kita boleh dan akan mengambil kes Pakcik Asmir. Dan setelah beberapa perbincangan dan pujuk kepada pesakit dan ahli keluarganya, hari ini Pakcik Asmir dan ahli keluarganya bersetuju menerima rawatan di MMC. Ini pagi kita hantar ambulans ambil dia daripada rumah beliau. Kos rawatan beliau akan ditanggung bersama dengan Tabung Kasih dan Mawar Medical Center. Ini merupakan satu tanggungjawab sosial, what we call CSR, di mana hospital swasta bukan semata-matanya hanya mencari keuntungan, tetapi Mawar Medical Center juga menjalankan CSR, menghulurkan bantuan kepada golongan yang memerlukan. Salah satu adalah seperti keluarga Encik Asmi yang mempunyai masalah tertentu yang kita mengambil 1 minggu untuk menyelesaikan, untuk pujuk beliau menyelesaikan fobia, menyelesaikan masalah kewangan. Kita nak penduduk atau P40 menerima rawatan yang patut diberikan. Aktiviti ACSR yang dijalankan selain daripada bantuan perubatan kepada pesakit, MMC juga menganjurkan banyak talimat perubatan yang berlainan seperti talimat COVID secara percuma kepada masyarakat, NGO dan orang awam. Jadi hari ini kita berasa syukur dan gembira juga boleh dengan bantuan Tabung Kasih kita boleh membantu satu lagi keluarga yang memerlukan. Jadi saya sekarang serah kepada Wakil Tabung Kasih Dr. Zakro untuk memberi penerangan.
Terima kasih Mr. Jason. Pertamanya Tabung Kasih is established since 2 years back. Dia memang tujuan kita, trust deed kita untuk bantu perubatan. So contoh dan supaya pesakit-pesakit yang memerlukan immediate attention daripada specialist especially, dan memerlukan support, dan kita cuba raise fund untuk bantu. Tapi ialah kita bukan government, so we actually initiate untuk peringkat awal ataupun immediate acute intervention. So dalam kes Pakcik Azmer, kita di-inform dan kita diberi taklimat and already spoke to the family, knowing their background. So a valid fear lah to government hospital, valid fear to undergo the process dekat private public hospital. That's why we come in lah, untuk bantu. Pasal kos dia pun mungkin tak banyak-banyak, tapi once we and the family willing to cooperate with us, pasal bila kita ada sifat orang Malaysia ni, ada yang boleh nak berkongsi sama, ada yang tak nak berkongsi kesusahan macam lah. But actually we are Malaysian and we should help each other lah. So that's the whole concept of tabung kasih. We have the need but in healthcare. So with like for the past since PKP COVID-19, we already help almost 100 patients in Mawar itself. Itu in Mawar, not excluding Mawar ada lagi, tapi Mawar saja 100 patient, which is majority pediatric, because I'm pediatric, majority pediatric, and the sentiment easy to help is in the pediatric patient. So, and which we also able to raise up to 150,000 lah sebenarnya for that. We also, tabung kasih also can collect zakat, so that we can help the asnaf or the poor among the Muslims. Because fatwa, tapi we act as not non-racial punya basis, so everybody can request if needed. Actually before PKP we have intention to applicants daripada Port Dickson, one makcik Aso from Port Dickson, tapi due to PKP dia pun takut nak keluar. So for this pakcik we will try to help as soon as possible to raise fund whatever needed. So in difference tu maybe the family can top up sikit, hospital can top up sikit, and the discount everything I think will be far less than the charges tu, tak ada lah kan. So that's the most important lah actually. The most important we can help and save people, more people.
What's wrong with it?
Pardon?
In general, what's wrong with it?
Currently this pakcik, he's a known case of diabetic hypertension with past history of gastric, kan? So due to this prolonged illness, during the previous admission he was diagnosed to have renal failure, chronic renal failure. So for that instance, the public hospital already, maybe the way they imply, they give the information, cause fear to this patient. So the fear most is the dialysis. But now he has been complaining of epigastric pain and already passing out blackish stool. Most likely is a peptic ulcer disease and complicated with anemia on the renal failure, and that's more complicated lah. Because as we discussed, the short term is to resolve the peptic ulcer disease and to resolve the anemia, but that procedure is not been easy if he is having the renal failure here. That is why the expertise of Dr. Ranjit will make sure things are done.
Doctor, you want to say something though?
Mr. Azmi actually was feared to come to the hospital, and that had prolonged his illness. So he wasn't eating in the house, so he was a bit dehydrated when I saw him, and he's very emotional when you come to the hospital. So basically, when after certain test investigation, he had lack of blood. We call it anemia. So basically, I like to examine him further do some blood tests and do some scopes to find out what caused the anemia. So basically, initially we planned for urgent scope, but we decided to stabilize him first prior doing further investigation.
Family.
Anak, saya anak.
Nama?
Rizal.
Rizal.
Muhammad Rizal.
MOHD.
MOHD. Saya 36. Saya pembantu awam.
Government.
Government.
Pembantu. Oh,
Pembantu awam.
bapak lama sakit.
Dia sakit tak sihat ni dah sebulan. Yang teruknya seminggu ni lah.
Kerana tabung kasih atau tidak bantu untuk perasaan family.
Saya bersyukur, berterima kasih pada Sultan Mawar, Dr. Zafrul bagi bantuan ni.
Dan ini kali pertama bapak datang kita dah masuk kota.
Tak. Ya, sebelum ni semasa dia bekerja dia ada panel di swasta.
Masa bekerja dulu.
Masa bekerja dulu lah. Sekarang saya pension.
Umur 60.
60.
Baru pension.
Ngam-ngam pension dia sakit.
Telekom Malaysia kan?
Telekom Malaysia.
This is the common sense. After you finish
Anak
Anak 4 orang. Saya nombor 3.
memang ada hantu doktor tunjuk ayah buat
Saya
memang ayah trauma datang besar.
dia memang trauma.
So you were saying that once tabung kata berdiri dan once the hotel will help out and maybe the family will support.
Yeah. The whole idea of tabung kasih is everybody should get equal accessibility to healthcare. You know, that's the whole idea that the vision that we have, so that there's no difference between the poor and the rich to reach the specialist services, and it shouldn't delay. Of course, we understood the difference between private and public, but then it doesn't mean a patient's safety or their healthcare should be compromised due to financial reason, especially.
You were saying since COVID from March 18, is it 100 patients?
We already in Mawar itself is about 100 patients.
100 But mostly
Pediatric lah, because I'm pediatric. And most of the adult takut datang hospital, they stay at home during COVID. But pediatric they still count.
and you think you raise 110,000
For during the PKP is 155 to be exact. But of course we did few for patient. Even recently we did one for patient from Port Dickson to be transferred to HTJ. One stateless child, not so-called stateless child, parents married not documented. And then we raised fund patient from Kedah, patient Pakistani baby from Port Dickson. We help out also. So it's because we help them regardless their nationalities. But as long as the case valid lah, because we don't simply raise fund and help. Because if to give duit zakat pun we have to really clear the recipient kan, the recipient. So we just make sure the health of our patients or whoever that referred to us must be verified and valid case.
So you started tabung kasih actually?
Tabungkasih.com. Our contact is tabungkasih.com.
Kasih
KAIH. KASIH. Kad. Bagi kad.
And what are you there from?
We are just We are not NGO lah.
Set up 2 years ago lah.
We set up 2 years ago. When we saw majority of the people start to request for donation due for whatever reasons, which is it doesn't make sense. As one of the best healthcare, but still our people actually got these issues of donations lah, lack of pakar lah. So I think it doesn't make sense lah. And our doctors actually is very good. And our doctors not really profit oriented pun. Of course we make living, but then not everybody come to the money lah. This is unfair acquisition to especially the private practitioner.
How long you expect him to stay here? Is it that?
I think it's quite complicated lah kan.
Maybe about 5 days.
I think
Or a week or what.
about a week
At least,
at least.
So the hospital part, how again? Hospital part, who do I put?
Hospital part.
Mari kita bertanggung jawab bersama. We share.
We share the burden. Okay. Thank you very much.
Terima kasih.